What up, man? Guess what? It's Thursday evening, and it's your favorite coach, Coach Goody, and we giving y'all a little special edition. So I know y'all didn't expect to hear me. You're probably wishing that you heard J. King, but I got something better for you. It's going to be some HBCU talk, HBCU sports. Y'all all know I am a proud graduate of Jackson State University, and I work for UCAN. And so right now it is college fair season, and I have three special guests who love to talk sports, and they love their HBCU. So I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves and their universities. We're going to start with the left, my boy who matching up with me, man. Introduce yourself. Tell me what university you're repping today.
What's the word, DJ Goody? How's it going, everybody? My name is Lino. I graduated from the illustrious Harrisville State University, located in the heart of Midtown St. Louis. So yeah, big new energy in the building.
Let them know, man. The lovely lady.
Yes, and I am Miss Sherry Hill, a graduate of the Livingstone College, birthplace of Black college football.
Man, we gonna get into that.
And Salisbury, North Carolina, home of cheering wine, chapstick, and Food Line grocery store.
Period. We gonna, man, listen, come on now.
Food Line grocery store.
We ain't got that out here.
Talk to me.
Yeah, it's Marcus checking in from the Coppin State University, located in Baltimore City, Maryland. We are the home of the Eagles, where we don't fly, but we soar.
Oh, man, he don't got his arm up right now. That's
Come on
crazy
now.
that you said it and didn't give me the
Yeah,
arm.
I got
Okay,
you.
come on now.
Right.
Come on now. We got to give it to him right now. Man, thank y'all for popping in on us. Our community that listens, we send a lot of babies to HBCUs, and we do not get an opportunity really to talk about the sports, okay? And really what the opportunities they give. We're going to talk a little mess. We're going to talk about what's going on, you know, around the scene, NBA, NFL. We're going to talk about it. But talk to me a little bit about your HBCUs and your sports history. So we're going to go back the other way. Marcus, tell me about Coppin. Now, listen, a lot of people got to know about Coppin State with the LSU game, the Bayou Barbie coming out, being from B-More. Obviously, a lot of women's basketball support out in that area. But tell us a little bit more about y'all sports culture at Coppin State.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I'll even start with what you mentioned. We were actually the first HBCU to play a defending NCAA women's basketball
Pop the
champion.
collar, man. Come on now.
So Coppin State did get the chance to play LSU, and then this year we will be playing SC as well. So some good opportunities there. We are a Division I school in the MEAC conference. So when you look at HBCUs in the Division I league, you're thinking about two different conferences. You're thinking of the MEAC, which is the East Coast, and then you got the SWAC down in the South. But yeah, we are a part of the MEAC, so we play schools and are a part of schools like Morgan State University, Howard University, Dale State University. You got University of Maryland Eastern Shore, just to name a few. I ain't going.
Yeah, just a couple of big dogs out there, right? Dale State getting a lot of notoriety with D-Jack over there. We're gonna talk about that in a little bit. But Miss Sherry, a lot of women don't get to talk sports, and I want to just tell y'all, Sherry got nominated by almost everybody at the college fair. If I needed to talk anything about sports,
I'm your girl.
she's your girl. So the birthplace of Black college football. Give us some details, some info. Tell us about Livingstone.
So yes, birthplace of Black college football, December 27th, 1892, on a snowy day on our front lawn in Salisbury, North Carolina. It happened against us and that one school they call John C. Smith University in Charlotte. But at that time they were Biddle College, and we're not going to talk about who won or who lost, because of course we didn't have to play you back at that time, but just know it started on our campus. Livingstone College, we are Division II CIAA conference, which is also the birthplace of the Black conference. Most of your Black schools came out of the CIAA.
Yes, they did.
And started with the CIAA conference, and we compete against schools like Bowie State, Virginia State, Virginia Union is in our conference, Fayetteville State, I'm trying to think. Now we have Bluefield State now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to add some little schools in there, but we are the number one basketball conference behind the ACC.
I'm gonna give Lance a chance, because I gotta get into it. Like, I'm sitting on the edge of my seat to just talk about this, because the CIAA is the most known conference championship over the SWAC and the MEAC, who are Division I level.
Mhm.
So I'm not gonna step on Lance's toes right now, so he can hype his school up. But we about to get into that next, because y'all
Yes.
definitely own the stage of like y'all the most popular tournament out of all black
Yes.
sports.
Yes.
I gotta get
All the HBCUs
All
come
of
to
them.
our tournament.
all
yes.
of them. Lance, man, talk to me.
So Harrisville State University actually became a non-commuter school in 2008. So we've always had sports like basketball. Our inception was in 1857, so like in the 50s and 60s is basketball, right? But we're in the heart of St. Louis. So Harrisville really is St. Louis. And for those that know sports, you know a lot of your professional athletes come from St. Louis. We have football players, NBA players, and MLB players from the city of St. Louis. And it's like, with us at Harrisville State University, we don't have football. We don't need football. The city doesn't have football anymore either. If you gave me a studio apartment in Hollywood or a studio apartment in St. Louis, I'm choosing Hollywood every time. So of course I'm Rams lover. But a history of basketball, the Hawks came from St. Louis and everything like that. But at Harrisville State University, we really hone in on basketball. Like, that's what everybody goes to for the games. Everybody goes to games. Everybody's American players. We get talent from all across the country and everything like that. And we're in an NAIA school. So being in the NAIA is the most competitive collegiate athletics in America. It's like, okay, everybody's pretty much on that same level. Yeah, you might have a few studs here and there and everything like that, but for the most part, it's going to be standard across the board.
For sure. And I'm not gonna lie, everything I see on the little TikTok, these little junior college kids, the Midwest ain't nothing to play with when you talk about basketball, man. Like at all levels, and I'm talking about from junior college all the way up. You growing up in that Midwest area, you usually a hooper. Like, no offense.
The top 100 on the Nike EYBL, they meet in Chesterfield, which is a suburb of St. Louis.
Come on now, drop the gems, man. So now we was talking about this conference championships. I am a member of the SWAC, okay, and I am an old head because I know y'all always be saying I'm not that old, but when I was in the SWAC, we did not have fam in Bethune. Now they got the benefits of getting to go to Florida for a week, because I already know Jackson State, okay? They going to Florida, we out there all week, all right? I didn't get that, but I never knew anything about the CIAA. And then somebody was like, man, listen, you talking about going to the SWAC championship, boo, tomato, tomato, tomato. I mean, you didn't go to the CIAA. What is it about the environment? Have any of y'all ever been? I have not been.
I've never been to the
Well,
Super
it's
Bowl.
in Baltimore now,
It's in
so of
Baltimore
course
now,
Mark is
so-
going.
Oh, Mark is
Yes,
going this
I
year.
know.
I might need to
for
figure
free.
it out. I might need to figure it out. So I've never been. It's on my bucket list to
Mhm.
attend every major sporting event, and that would be one of them, right? But what do y'all think it is about that event that separates from like the MEAC? Because I'm gonna tell you, my niece just played for Morgan State. Nobody was talking about going to the conference tournament. And the SWAC, we probably like in the middle of that. So what do y'all think it is that attracts? What is the difference? What's y'all vibe? What's y'all take?
I mean, for me, being in the city, I think it's more of the black excellence and what we bring. So, of course, a lot of people are upset because it was in Charlotte for 20 years. So, it has been in Norfolk, it has been in Raleigh, Richmond, Charlotte for 20 years, and now it has been moved to Baltimore.
Come on now.
And a lot of people are upset it's moved from Charlotte. I love it in Baltimore.
I mean, it's Chocolate City, yes.
Yeah,
Come
Baltimore.
on.
It's a black city. You have a black governor and you have a black mayor. Shout out to
Why not?
Brandon and Westmore. Like, literally, and they pour into it. So that's basically what makes CIAA the greatest. It's the parties, the step shows. I mean, you have the whole fan experience. If you ever been to an NBA All-Star game,
Yeah.
just imagine that. But for black college football. I mean, black college basketball.
That was
like
about-
literally,
yeah.
like it really is that lot. You have everything, the fan experience, everything, and then even now being in Baltimore with CIAA, we're sponsored by Under Armour. Their warehouse being in Under Armour. They literally, no, seriously, they literally give every athlete, men and women, and the coaches. They get a bag, they get a backpack, they get shoes, they get their specific logo on their shirt. Like, it is just, like, they spoil us in the CIAA. So, and, I mean, everybody, like, you know, our people, we like to party.
Absolutely.
Even though it should be about the games.
You
But
gotta have fun
yeah. You wanna
during
have
and
fun,
after
but
the game. Come on now.
But I just want to second what you just said, where as though it feels like the NBA All-Star Week. I went to my first CIAA tournament last year, and just seeing the school pride that all the students and all of the alumni have for their specific schools, and then seeing the school pride, just seeing the next school, like, Bowie State is only 30 minutes away, so Bowie State showed out.
Oh, they show out every year. It makes me sick.
Yeah,
now that it's
clap.
it's bleeding.
You gotta show up if it's at home. Come on now.
Oh yeah.
But just the amount of people who poured into those players and poured into just all of the athletes, it was actually an amazing sight. And then all your players, they got their little swag with them. They got their own their own thing going on the course, so it was pretty dope.
Well, what's up, man?
If I was a hooper in the CIAA and Under Armour sponsored my
show.
Oh, I'm getting the Currys.
Oh, they do.
Absolutely.
Our parents, that's what they wear.
Absolutely the Currys.
I'm wearing the Currys for sure.
Hey.
That's a mandatory hoop shoe in the Under Armour.
Yeah, that's what they wear.
Nobody wanted to wear Under Armour.
We was definitely not. We got Under Armour. They just moved over to Nike, but we were Nike and Russell at the time because our conference was Russell.
Mm-hmm.
So we had Russell uniforms, Nike shoes, and we definitely was not getting the high end. We was getting the $49.99 pair in the East Bay. We did not get the elite pair. And at that time, you could kind of, get your own sneakers in there. You know what I mean? So to see these athletes really get it at that level, I love when I see they put their gear on, doing the videos, doing the highlights. The social media piece has become very important. And you talked about these kids having that NIL, having that in their city, right? And all of y'all are very different levels, right? So talk to me about how have you seen some kids at maybe your universities working, or some other kids that are at HBCUs that are like, hey, he got his head on straight, or hey, she getting this bag in a very different way, because when you hear NIL, you're like the big stars. Naturally, money goes to them. But if you're really a hustler, like most of the kids at our HBCUs, there's a way you can get to this NIL and really bust them across the head. So any athletes, anything at your universities that y'all are making sure that these athletes are getting that exposure or getting that light?
Yeah, I will speak on, at least in the MEACs, or specifically Coppin State.
Yeah.
We got Coopers who are, sponsored by pizza shops and sponsored by local owned clothing brands and things like that. And, these kids aren't just getting $50 an hour or anything like that. These guys are signed to $100,000 deals just like that. It helps out because the students who are already in these deals, they are essentially helping to promote the next basketball team coming for that next year. We all know now with the NIL, the transfer portal goes crazy. You can really kind of get anywhere.
We've eaten HBCUs. We've eaten off the portal. I ain't gonna lie.
But the NIL deals are helping that, because now you're seeing what type of money that this kid is getting, this hooper is getting. Yeah. Now it just opens the door for you wanting to go to these HBCUs now.
For sure. On a lower level, NAIA, talk to me.
I'm sure that I don't think anyone in the NAIA is getting, some
crazy money
or anything like that. However, our athletic program uses sponsorship to help fund the various programs and everything like that, all buses and travel and everything like that, making sure that they're not necessarily eating, peanut butter jelly sandwiches or something like that, like some schools could possibly be. But making sure that they have decent meals, decent restaurant opportunities and everything like that. I know myself, my nephew, he did play ball at Ohio State, but he was sponsored by a dealership. Everybody got and then NIL money is some serious money.
I need you to debunk some myths. So we got a couple kids from this area. They just went to Langston. Obviously, Langston had an amazing turnaround season. Part of that was because a couple of those California kids out there, right? Talk to me about what your university is doing athletically. Has there been any kids that y'all kind of gotten in the portal, or?
We had a kid, because like I said, we're a hoop town. We had a kid who was a local. His name was Deshaun Russell. He's overseas right now.
Man.
Buddy was a 6'3" point guard. He averaged 27 points, 11 boards, 11 boards, 10 assists, and 3 steals. And didn't win NAIA Player of the Year. He came in second.
Wow.
The dude he lost to had a similar stat line. He wasn't necessarily averaging a full triple-double. Had a similar stat line, and his team stayed number 1.
Okay.
I didn't
by
see
hair.
You know what I mean? I've seen Munson tip off of homecoming games. Oh, get the tip, kick it to the point guard. Point guard walk it up. One pass, he backdoor. Alley on somebody head.
Ooh.
Yikes.
That's crazy. What's up with Livingstone? Talk to me.
So we're just getting into the NIL deals,
Yeah.
being Division II. But Walker, who went to Georgia, and is now playing for Atlanta. So he's from Salisbury, North Carolina, and his dad, yes, is partnering up with Livingstone, trying to get us some more NIL deal money and things of that nature. But I could say from HBCU to D1 or your PWIs, that's kind of the barrier, especially your Division II. HBCUs of why we can't get them, because if somebody is offering me even $10,000 and this school is just like, hey, do you want to come for a ride? I mean, let's do the math
Yeah.
here. So we're definitely appreciate for his dad coming in to help us, but we're just nibbling and dabbling in that. I think we had a kid, like we're saying, being sponsored by Bojangles, which is actually good. You know,
I like it. It's one of my faves.
we're
Yeah.
trying to get it more to where we can go and grab those kids and get that NIL deal. So we just dibbling dabbling in it now.
You know, you gotta step your toe in.
Yeah,
It takes those
you gotta
guys.
crawl the walk,
Yeah, but it
so-
takes those guys going to the pro level, going to overseas, to where they can accrue the money to be able to put back into their universities.
I
For
also
sure.
think that, you know, because there have been, speaking of NIL and transfer portal and stuff like that, there have been a lot of HBCU players that were D1 players that ended up being drafted by going to these larger PWIs, better D1 programs like Tank Dell, Travis Hunter, you know what I mean? And I feel
Shador.
like those
I mean-
those guys who go from like that smaller school to a large Power 5 conference team, those schools should pay that school came from some sort of money.
I
Because
agree.
there's no way that you're going to get a 5-star or a 4-star player to go to those smaller schools.
No, you're not. And I think we're going to get into it after we take a little break, but I think the way Deion structured having those guys get NIL, but to benefit the whole team. If
Yes.
you looked at how
That was
Shador
important.
and how Travis Hunter had their contract structured, it was to benefit our whole university. Deion sponsored by Under Armour. Our whole university is sponsored by Under Armour. And, you know, to say Deion didn't win a championship, but the girls ran back 4 in a row. So it's like, you give us that notoriety, you give us that, okay, now I can go get in the portal. Now I can excel. And the way he structured it benefited everybody that went to Jackson State, whether you was a tennis player or you was a football player.
Yeah.
So that is a way that, you know, it's a template of us to be like, hey, how can we get that influx there? But I got everybody giving me a request today. So for Sherry, she said she's a bad man pajama.
Oh.
And we're going to jam out for a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. How could you not sing to that, man? How could you not let the vocals
It
go?
was in there bad.
Man, he went crazy at
Crazy
it.
at it.
We also said,
It
like,
must have been fine.
she had to be. And, you know, back then they actually sung for what they want. They begged for it. You know what I
I
mean?
ain't too
So,
proud to beg, man.
different era, you know. But, man, I got some special guests in the building. My HBCU grads. We all in here representing a different HBCU. I also got to give her a shout out. I got the financially lit Poodle in here representing Virginia State. Bowie in the building. We deep. I ain't gonna lie right now. We HBCU deep in here, and I'm super excited to talk about sports. Now they want to talk about a little NFL talk. Excuse me. We want to talk about NFL, and I got to talk about as we were off air, this whole Shador and Travis and what they did not only for HBCUs, but their transition to the league. How y'all feeling right now? I mean, as HBCU people, we loved them. We knew they was going to go to Colorado. They was going to follow Deion wherever he went. But it has been very interesting for both of these young men. And I'm going to talk to Lance first because, you know, you over there, he itching. He's jumping out of his seat right now.
I truly think that Shador was set up to fail early on. There's no way that he fell to the first round just because of his skill set alone. But we don't know what he necessarily said inside of the interviews either. So that's neither here nor there. However, Travis, he had a chance and an opportunity. Bro just keeps dropping the ball. But I think he'll be all right. Do I think that he'll play both sides efficiently? Probably not. Like, he'll probably come in on defense, third down, like beat a nickelback or something like that. But Shador, I think he needs to get traded to like Cincinnati or someplace with just like their quarterback. If Purdy's out for a minute, he probably needs to go to San Fran or something.
That ain't a bad look.
What y'all think, man? I definitely agree with. I thought he was gonna go to the Saints.
Me
I
too.
thought that
We
was a
had that
better
conversation.
Yeah, I thought that was a better decision for him. The talk around town is like the Browns are quarterback tank city.
So quarterbacks would have died.
Yeah, and seeing like Baker Mayfield playing and doing what he's doing, how soon do y'all think Shador can get out of Cleveland?
It's definitely not happening this year, but it also all depends on how the season goes. I think that with Flacco in front of him and with Gabriel in front of him, I think that if the two, and I don't wish injury on no one, so I hope
Of course
two
not.
of you have a healthy season, but in the case that two of them go down and Shador gets to show himself, I think he's going to show out, and I think he will stay up Browns if that's the case.
Mhm.
I think without that, the only option is going to be to have to cut him for him to be able to go to another team over, trading him away.
Yeah. What you think, Sherry? How you feeling about it? Because, we moms, so we feel a little different. We be like, come on now, don't do our babies like that.
I think his mom is crazy. Shout out to Deion Sanders. I'm on your side on that. But I feel like his dad will help him navigate this situation now
Sure.
because he definitely has experience. But this is just a tough one. Like you said, I am a Joe Flacco fan.
He's looking real
Oh, yeah,
his
I
age
didn't
right
say-
now, man.
I didn't
I seen
say-
a picture. His arm was
He's like
distorted
my
the other
age,
way.
so of course, but I'm with Marcus on this. I do not wish injury on anyone, but I do want him to get his shot. So whatever God can make happen, so we can see and the owners can see. Y'all need to stop being so.
Stop trying to make.
I don't want to say get, but this is get. They're being ghetto. Like y'all
Yeah.
are really trying to prove a point, and y'all are hurting someone.
And your popularity, because I will say black
Yeah.
viewership is down. Even though we love the NFL, we don't still have that same engagement since Cap. So it's like, I think when you saw what happened in the first preseason game, when he had more jerseys than anybody
Before
else in the
preseason.
stadium.
Before preseason
And I'm talking about on an away game.
Man, he's in Carolina.
His Browns jersey, not Colorado. His Browns jersey is the most seen jersey you see. That should have been.
The away team was shouting him out.
Goodell should have been like, you know
I'm
what?
like-
I'm sorry, man. I messed up, and I know I'm gonna have to pay this back on the back end. But I gotta figure out something because it's just something about him that is very different, right? He has this magnetism. He definitely has the prime time effect. You can tell.
For sure.
I was raised by prime time, which gets me into my next topic because I like to be a little controversial. So I have been saying I never get too much on the bandwagon. Okay?
Mhm.
I want these athletes to play, perform, show me what you can do. I'm going to grade you based off what I see on the field.
Mhm.
Now, this Arch Manning situation, I see heads going down, okay? Compared to Shador, since we just talked about it, right? Compared to our other famous Nepo baby, Bronny, all right? Now, I know y'all be like, oh, they get on the bandwagon. I think too much overpraise immediately. Great talent in high school, but you ain't played no games.
Yep.
And I cannot give you anything without playing. This is me. Any objections?
I 100%
No.
I
agree.
agree. I think that they thought that essentially the roles would be reversed.
Yes.
Like Shador would be more playing like how Arch Manning is, and Arch Manning is
course.
playing like how Shador was. But I can't see that Arch Manning was, working out with Tom Brady and everything like that. Bro went up to Ohio State in front of 105,000 people, and they ain't going near boot the bed.
And it didn't play much better the next week.
Or the next week. And that was like,
We going into week 4 now, and it's like,
It's gonna be pretty the same.
do you really want them to, you want to ride the season out with them if you're Sarkisian? Because, it's not like Sarkisian's probably going to be on the hot seat after this year or anything like that. Because
No.
you chose to stick with a Manning boy. Because the Mannings have enough cash in their name.
no, they're going to stick with him. They're going to stick beside him.
And this is his first year. They have already said he's not coming out this year.
No.
He'll probably play this year, go through all of the hurdles, the bumps, the lefts and the rights that come with the college football season. And then next year, I think he might
We'll
like
see.
the board up next year.
I mean,
It's-
yes, I agree with that,
That
for
boy
sure.
came down to St. Louis and was in the trenches after the tornado.
Wingo brought him. He was on the west side of St. Louis after the tornado, on the north side, posted up in the trenches with the kids.
What?
This year might be a little. He might take an L.
Tank.
We have to see how he comes back because in high school he wasn't playing the
Bring it
schools
across.
that were ranked and everything like that. Like he was playing, the competition that was set up in front of him. You know what I mean? And his family's name that came with it. All right, cool.
Right.
Now you play against big boys and they want to come after you.
Just for
This
name
is
of
what
that.
I think. I think that if he doesn't show up this year, he doesn't get the start next year.
Yeah.
Football is a business.
It's and
Yes, he has
definitely
the
when you're
name.
talking.
You have to be a winner, especially when you're playing at that level, against that level of competition. They're not giving you a second chance if you had a whole season to, show out for yourself.
Portal?
Portal for
Johnny
sure.
Manziel was a starter at Texas A&M, was he not?
He was.
Do you know how much money his family gave to that school?
I don't.
How much money do you think the Manners will give to Texas just for him to be another?
Just to start another year.
Yeah. I mean,
They're gonna have to do that though.
Exactly.
yeah, for sure.
Money talks.
Especially if you're sticking beside him this year,
Mhm.
there's no way I'm sticking beside him, which means jeopardy of losing
Mm-hmm.
and not come back like, okay, we put you through the trenches to be better, to have a better year next year. And it's going to be even more to the story in getting drafted because Texas is not going to be in the top 10 if they don't turn things around. So it's going to be like this overcome, I've gotten better story. But our other counterparts do not get that same
At all.
grace.
They
It's
don't.
the name. When you're the
They
brother of two future Hall of Famers,
Mhm.
But I'm like, okay, I get the Manning thing, right? Okay, let's give our white love them. Okay, love y'all, my white viewership. But can we just say this, okay? LeBron James
Mm-hmm.
is the GOAT of all human beings because outside of him saying, and this is why, outside of him saying his political views, he has no blemish. And let's get a little ghetto, let's get a little black. To have no daddy and he ain't never came up out of
Exactly. And his
nowhere.
mama-
I'm just saying, that's just
and
me
his-
being
and
a
his-
clown. He has managed himself to a certain level of
He's the exception.
excellence. Yes, he is
for
the
sure-
exception.
He's for sure the
For
role
sure.
model that you look
Yeah,
at
he
when you
is.
think
Like
of black
how
men.
he can, like there's not even a speeding ticket. Like
Yeah.
we've seen you drink a glass of wine maybe a handful
endorse
of
his wife.
times. Absolutely does everything. Like he is the model person.
Literally.
And in some people's debate, the greatest basketball player to ever play. And yes, I give my credit to football, but the Mannings are not the greatest quarterbacks to ever play.
No, not at all.
No.
He is definitely on a whole nother level.
Level, yeah.
On a pedestal.
He makes
Son-
people fight over MJ,
Thank you.
Kobe,
Son
LeBron.
has not
Which
been
one?
given that grace.
He's an international role model. He's an
Yeah,
international.
Absolutely.
superstar compared to
Is
him.
there a discretion, let's just take black and white out of it, between football stardom and basketball stardom? Because you're talking about, I'm saying, he is, like I said,
Yeah.
debated as the GOAT, and his son progressionally has just gotten better, which I could deal with Bronny more than any of them because he's gotten better over
Yeah.
time. He never was just like this excellent,
Yeah.
standout, freaking nation type of kid.
Right.
He's just gotten better. And we've seen that over time, and they still just bash the kid out
I
of the
think
world.
Ronnie will be the most improved player this year.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and when you think about football stardom to basketball stardom, football is only popular in America.
I was gonna say that's American sport. That's what I was about to
But
say. That's our
basketball
game.
has become more of a worldwide sport, and the NBA has truly changed its rules to cater to the European style
Mhm.
of basketball. So if you're all around the world and everyone's hooping, okay, cool. Trying to be LeBron because the run that LeBron went on in 2008, because he really didn't do all that much before. In 08, when they ran through everybody behind Kobe,
Yeah.
and then he went on his tear with the Cavs and everything like that, and then joined the Heat. Now he's really top tier in the world. Like, I think that 2012 LeBron is by far the best LeBron we've seen, but that 2012 LeBron is probably the greatest, or I'll say the best player to ever dribble a basketball. When you talk best and greatest, I feel as though those are two different things. I think Jordan is the greatest. All the clutch shots, all of the, hey man, just give me the ball, get out of the way, you know what I mean? And I do think Kobe was the second coming of that. But the best player to ever dribble, 6'8", he dribbles a rock like a point guard. He's faster than a quarterback. He can jump out the gym. He's stronger than an ox. He was was made in a stem cell research lab for some people.
Shut up.
Look at his durability. Look at his durability.
No, it's crazy.
You know what I mean? Derrick Rose
He's
had
an
a
Avenger
40.
now?
No, he
I'm saying
is
Derrick
almost
Rose
Thanos.
had
Like,
a
he
40
has
inch
all
vertical.
of the stones. And if he
Exactly.
really wanted to snap his fingers and
Man.
destroy everybody,
Anytime.
he
Man.
could do it. Like, and just be sitting on a log by himself.
I'm
He's
an 80s
40.
baby, so I'm always going to go with Mike. I wanna be like
And
Mike.
as you were talking, this was in my mind because I was like, let's flow with it, right? There is definitely a difference between Mike's international stardom that is publicized compared to LeBron. LeBron is obviously America's favorite,
Yeah.
but I don't necessarily see the media showing him in China, in France, in this stardom over here. Do y'all feel like there's a difference in that level of it, or?
I think so because MJ kind of started the international craze when it came to that. With the outside of basketball in itself, with the emergence of like the Jordan 1s and just the sneaker game kind of going international, I think that's why we always saw or always hear about Jordan on a grand scale internationally. Now, I think the same thing happened with James. I think that more so with Kobe, we saw that he was that international star. But I think just for American sports, like LeBron is the top tier. He's the guy.
Easily. I asked that question because we're debating over who's the best in the league, and there is a strong debate that the Europeans may be the majority best in the NBA. If we're talking about top 10 players right now in the league,
Yeah, a lot are.
the Europeans are leading in that. And so when you're talking about LeBron not getting that same notoriety internationally, it makes it easy for a Giannis. It makes it easy for a Joker. It makes it, you know what I mean? A Wemby. Wemby got more international stardom than LeBron? Come on, man. Come on, man. We talk about LeBron.
I think they
But see, that goes back to Sherry's point of then y'all want me to argue LeBron over Jordan. I'm Jordan. I'm with Sherry. I'm sorry. Jordan is my GOAT.
Always gonna be.
Argue with me in the comments. Okay?
I think that Jordan is the GOAT of basketball, but LeBron as a human being,
He's just
He's the best.
Yes, he's the best.
person.
That's why I said.
Well, I'm not.
started
I
this
don't
conversation.
argue
He's the
that
best
he's
human.
not a good player or he's not one of the best. He's just
Okay, let's
me.
get spicy then.
I mean,
Is he better than
What
Kobe?
no.
LeBron?
No.
Is LeBron not?
Come on,
I'm not
Marcus.
even a huge
Put
Kobe
some bass in
fan
your-
either.
Whoa.
Is,
Oh,
who's your best?
07 Kobe.
And I'm
Yeah.
not
Let
a
me say
Kobe
this.
fan.
I think the better scorer obviously is Kobe, but the
Yeah.
better basketball player is not LeBron.
You're talking about.
Are you talking about
better
the best
Or are
basketball
we talking
player?
about greatness and everything?
No.
We're talking about all. If Jordan's
If they
one,
lined up
who's two?
one-on-one, Jordan.
Kobe.
Kobe's 1A.
So
If
he's
Jordan
two.
is one,
So
Kobe
he's in
is
two.
1A.
LeBron
You're
is
saying
two.
LeBron,
Yes.
then Kobe.
Then Kobe.
Who's number 4?
Steph.
Ooh,
You gotta-
I can agree with
You
that.
gotta put Steph up there.
Steph's
do.
4. Steph.
Yeah.
So wait, y'all agree that Steph?
Especially, let's go back to what he did with Davidson. Like, I mean,
Steph
it's
has
always been that
surpassed Magic.
Yes.
Yes.
way. Yeah.
Okay.
You remember Magic
Yeah.
Okay. So
That
5.
man, what he did in the Olympics
Yeah.
Man.
is what put him past me.
Yeah.
Man.
Come on, speak on it. Say it again.
Say it again.
I will never forget where I was. There are certain things that happen in life that you will never forget where you were. 9/11, I remember I was in the bathroom at school.
Same.
You know what I mean? So when Curry pulled off the greatest Captain America performance ever, I know where I was. I
In
was
front
on
of
the
millions.
golf course. In front of millions.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And that was a primetime game. That was the middle of a Saturday. Everyone
Yeah.
has something to do.
Everybody was captivated.
Backs against the wall, death beam pointed at America. LeBron and KD are wide open on the wing. Excuse me, escape dribble over the double team. Water.
Which is why I would say Steph has more international stardom.
He
than
does.
Oh, yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
Easily. So who's coming in the caboose at 5?
Now this is personal opinion, but also
All time?
I'm a all-time,
All time.
strong believer.
So wait, we got MJ, Kobe,
Kobe.
LeBron.
Then
That's
LeBron.
interchangeable.
That's a 1A,
Yeah,
2A, 2B.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Then we got
Steph
Steph.
Curry. Mm-hmm.
4 is
Okay.
that would be 4. Who would be in that 5th spot?
I might have to go with the big man.
You have to go.
You
big
have to go
man.
to
But
big
the
man.
question is, do you go big man Shaq, which is what I was thinking, or do you go old school big man and you do have to go Kareem?
Oh wait, and I was gonna be even messier because is
I
my
think
boy in
Shaq
there?
would have tore Kareem up.
Tim is
Of course.
Is Timmy in there?
Tim is not in there.
Tim's
Not
not
in
in
the
the
Tim
top
is
top
the
five?
most consistent.
Not in the
player
top
of
five,
all
He's
time.
not in the top 5.
He's the
top
most
10.
consistent.
Top 10, yes.
Okay.
Number 10.
You said
Oh
no.
God,
He
who is
might be
9,
12.
8, 7,
He might be
6?
12. He's the most consistent player of all time. I'll give.
You giving
I'll
it to
give Timmy that.
Shaq?
I'll give Shaq.
Shaq is the most dominant center you have seen
If Shaq
in
just
the-
did
in
a
the
diet
existence of
plan, bro.
basketball.
They've never split up. I'm sorry. I'm gonna deal with your annoyance just to win 12
Just
championships.
think that. Just think
I'm
that
so
Kobe
grateful.
and Shaq at one point in
I'm so
time
grateful.
were on the
Same team.
With
But let's
two
go
of the
back to this.
greatest
Why
players
can't
ever.
these greatest players' kids produce
Because
like their parent?
It usually only lasts 3 generations when you think of athletic ability. Like usually the grandparent probably played some type of ball and everything like that, and then the offspring went crazy, either made it to college or to the professional level, and then the kid after that takes it to the next level. But in certain instances, when you have that second generation that has ascended to a level where it's like, dang, how did you get here?
Yeah.
That kid after that, is he really going to live up to that?
Yeah.
Or is he really going to be in a position where, you know what, I can actually do what I want to do with my life? And if I hoop, yeah, I'm cool with that. Like, I think Bryce.
Oh, that's what I was about to
Oh,
say. He's
man.
gonna be that
might
guy.
be better
He's gonna be that
than
guy.
He's gonna be that guy.
Ronnie ever could hope to be.
Nah,
He's gonna
for sure.
be that guy.
Like,
I
Bryce
agree.
might be
But
numero uno.
just to add to what you said, that's big shoes to fill
Mhm.
as any son. If your parent was the top of the top at that time, like I even think about like Gilbert Arenas. I grew up a Wizards fan.
Mhm.
Gilbert Arenas, Agent Zero was him for us.
Mhm.
But thinking about his son played amazing basketball, but the hype that
Shoot,
you
his
have to,
daughter.
his daughter played
She's
amazing basketball
tough.
too.
Nah, man,
But
and
the
listen,
hype you have to come up to even meet
meet
close
that,
to what
yeah,
that is.
yeah. And
it's a lot
I don't
on
know
your
what Gilbert's
shoulders.
doing, but
And his-
all of his kids is pretty tough.
Yeah.
Man, we are having such a great conversation. I can't believe my time is up. Y'all know every time I get to the end of my show, I get sad because I gotta let y'all go. Y'all gotta listen to somebody else. Not that Dosti ain't great, because my backup is amazing. But I want to give y'all the last 30 seconds to be able to shout yourself out. Shout anybody else out that y'all want to. I want to say first, thank y'all for coming up here, having a great conversation. It's been a vibe since we've started. We're going to start with Marcus, and we're going to end on this side.
I'm going to start off with shouting out my HBCU. Shout out to Coppin State University, the most
on now.
affordable 4-year school in the state of Maryland. My Cali residents, you all get in-state tuition coming to our school. I wanted to throw a quick fact in there. We were the first basketball team in the NCAA tournament from the MEACs to beat any team in general. We were the first 15 seed to beat a 2 seed. So I just want to throw that out there.
That's tough.
Also, I just want a quick shout out. I gotta do it. I gotta shout out my boy JD5, man. I hope you help me, man.
Sherry?
To piggyback on that, yes, Jada Daniels, who was just in San Bernardino, and I made sure all the kids from Cahoon was like, yes, I am a diehard Redskins fan. But also shout out to Livingstone College, and one of my friends' dad was a Redskins quarterback. Yes, Alfred Tyler, rest in
Come on
peace.
now.
Yeah, rest in
So
peace.
yes, and the birthplace of Black college football. Don't forget that. In Cali, you know we love you, and also you get in-state tuition as well. We have no out-of-state tuition. 25 bands will get you, but if you have that 3.75, I'll take care of that 25 bands for you. So please come, holler at your
money,
girl.
money, money,
I love
girl.
y'all. Livingstone changed my life. This is my boy, Playbook of Life. Hit his stuff up.
Last but not least, close us
I'm
out.
a shout out for Stowe. Shout out to my city as well. But at Harris State University, for all of my California residents, if you got 3.0 or higher, you'll get in-state tuition. You also qualify for some of our other scholarships, and they work their way up to a full ride. Shout out to the bros.